Osage originated back in the early 80s as a van upfitter, those big, huge, awesome conversion vans that your family would have taken on vacation and had the big TV boxes and all that.
It was known as Diablo Vans. It was owned by a bunch of guys around in the Lynn area. Somewhere around in like 1985, it was bought by a bunch of automotive dealers in St. Louis area.
We started doing some ambulance outfitting with some lights, some fiberglass tops, and a lot of the same materials and type of skill sets.
When ambulances really started to kind of pick up, we closed the fiberglass kind of plastic side of stuff down and focused just on the vans and the ambulances.
As the van market started to dissipate, the SUVs came in, Osage made the decision to make a wholesale change just into ambulances right around 99, 2000.
The journey was really unique. You know, at the time we were building close to probably 900 vans in a year. They really started to focus on what we could do to keep this place going and what's the next niche we could get into. And ambulances really filled that market. In 2001, we shut down the van production side of stuff, and since then we've strictly done ambulances. When you say I work for an ambulance manufacturer, people kind of look at, well, what do you do to the ambulance? Do you outfit the ambulance? Like a lot of people say, well, we manufacture ambulance. They think we put the medication, all the stuff that goes into the ambulance, not the actual building of the ambulance.
Basically, everything is fabricated and built in-house. We buy our raw materials from US-based suppliers, and then essentially everything's put together, welded, fabricated, assembled, whatnot here at the plant in Lynn. Pretty much everything's custom ordered the way the customer wants it. They sign off, they approve their drawings, the configuration, what goes into a truck, how much they want to spend, all the features. There's a vetting process that we go through to make sure that we're ready to build exactly what they want. We've got everything teed up, ready to go, and then it goes through the build process.
We try and do as much as we can in-house, so that way we have control more so of the quality of the product that we produce and the timely fashion that we produce it.
Whenever there's a new truck that's completed for a really small town, 500 people, 1,500 people, and you roll into town with that beautiful new ambulance, the whole community pretty much rallies around that. And they'll come out and take off work and come spend the day kicking the tires and looking at the paint job and seeing the truck, because for a lot of these places, it's a source of pride that those individual, a lot of them volunteer-based EMS services, can provide this awesome ambulance and ambulance service to their community, so they take a lot of pride in that.
So when you go into ambulance districts and you hear the stories that these guys have had to go through and the stuff that they have seen and the things that they explain and how grateful they are to have a product that they can rely on, those relationships and those stories, that's what makes it worth it.
The future of Osage is really exciting because a lot of our industry around us continues to go towards more mass assembly, cookie cutter type of business, where we want to continue to be a premier custom builder in the country. And that market is still very well alive, and we know we can fulfill that niche. And then in-house, we've got this really fun dynamic going on where we do have so many 25, 30, 35-year guys that we know over the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be natural turnover because of retirements and whatnot. So we're very focused on trying to have that long-term outlook, how we continue to reshape this company that has been so successful, and make sure that we're in year 36 right now, or 37, that we can get, go another 35, 40 years, and having a workforce that supports that in a community that's part of that effort.
Here's a story that kind of will touch some people. There's some guys here that were working, they got affected by the tornado and got their entire building ripped down. And these guys up here, the guy who had his, some rough times, decided he couldn't work here and take care of what he needed to in Jeff, and he tried to quit out here. And the owner's kind of like, no, we're not gonna let you do that. And they paid a couple of us to go up there and clean up his building and take care of it. And when you have owners that will stick their neck out to take care of their employees, that's a good place to work.